Hello everybody and welcome to a interesting video. I am joined today by Streak.
Hello. Haven't seen me in a while.
Yeah, it's been about 2 years since you've been in an actual video.
Shit. Oh, that's bad. That's interesting.
Yeah, I want to say the last video you were in was a D&D video, but I kind of don't consider those to be on my channel. They are on my channel. They're my Sunday uploads, which
But
are still in the works. I'm actually in the works of a big project right now, boys. So just boys and girls. So please just keep your hats on for now.
we got a good show for y'all, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we got a good show going on. We got a ton of D&D to go through. We need to get this project done, but this is just a little break in between. And me and Streak are Streak. What are we here to do today?
We're here to rank all 18 Pokemon types. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Pokemon is all about Pokemans, but the Pokemans are all about the types. You gotta know what your type matchup is when going into the gym. It's all that good stuff. But then, obviously, with 18 types, there's gonna be ones we like more than others.
We both have our own reasons for where we put each of these Pokemon. So please understand that this is a complete list of our favorites as they are.
This is going to be majorly subjective.
Yes, extremely subjective. If you guys don't agree with where we put our favorite typings, you can go ahead, debate with us in the comments. We'd love to have a nice little debate with you.
Yeah. Gotta debate them all.
Yeah, even share. If your favorite type is the same as mine or Streak's, go ahead, say it. If you agree with some of our placements, feel free to say something. We'd love to have like a little conversation in the chat. Me and Streak will be right there with you as soon as you want to say something. So go right on ahead, comment, leave a like if you like our choices. If you dislike, I don't really know why. We gave you a warning that this is our opinion of our types, our favorite types. So please relax.
Yeah. Don't be mean to us. The like button comment.
Yeah. Let's get this little show on the road. And who did we say was going to go first for our release?
I think I said you for 18th, but considering I know for sure, I planned out my list. I think maybe I could go first now.
Yeah, all right.
Like give you a little bit of time.
Yeah. I've been setting up the whole background that you'll be seeing in the video itself. I was setting up the whole thing while he was like thinking out the list and everything. So I'm sitting here like, oh god. All right, so Streak, are you ready with your pick for your 18th type? What is an 18th place for you?
Here's a little lead-in. I will preface this by saying, hey guys, I like all of the types. I don't really hate any like one type. I think they all are valuable to the game, but should I judge my favorite types depending on like how many Pokemon I can say I vibe with more. And you'll to be honest, I flip-flop these placements all the dang time. It was between two types. One I don't really use that often, but I vibe with the Pokemon a bit more. And then one I kind of use sometimes, but I don't really vibe with a lot of the Pokemon except for one. That's like which I will get to. But that's the thing. They're kind of dull as a rock. My 18th type is rock.
You choose rock type, really? 18th typing. All right.
I'm surprised. I'm just as surprised because there was another type that I was so sure was going to be my least fave, but then I looked at their Pokemon more, and I was like, okay, I actually like it a bit more than I thought it would be. To better explain my point, rock types are just kind of, they're good. They're all right, but it's like referencing ground, because the problem is, and I think that's why it was the lowest. I already knew going in that probably like my lowest type was probably either going to be rock or ground, because rocker and ground are very similar, and that's never sit right with me. I know that there's like a reason for it. It's a good reason at that, but like it's still a tad iffy. Like, I don't know. It's just like, and also just I feel like ground, not jumping ahead too much, but ground types I feel like got a bit more of the better mons.
And I kind of vibe with you on that one a little bit, but I don't think I really factored that into my placement for ground and rock myself.
Yeah. The problem, but like the reason I was so unsure about this placement is because of one Pokemon in particular. It's a pure rock type. And it's one of my favorite mons because it has a lot of personal attachment to me. Lichen Rock from Gen 7.
Okay. I was like, honestly, in the back of my mind, I was like, is he gonna mention Lichen Rock? Because I knew you liked Lichen Rock, because I gave you, the last time I hung out with you, I gave you a shiny midday form.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's like that's a thing. I think it might have been a Dusk. Was it a Dusk or was it
it was a Dawn or whatever, the one that's usually orange.
Yeah, that's Dusk. That's Dusk form.
Yeah, Dusk form then. Yeah. So the Dusk form, I gave you a shiny Dusk form. Like,
remember when people were expecting there to be a Dawn form to like coincide with?
Yeah, honestly, I was like, that would be kind of cool, because I mean, if you're gonna go with the typing, you might, if you're gonna go with the timing evolution thing, you gotta make a Dawn, and then the Dawn was never touched on. I was like, it would have been cool. It would have been like light blue or something.
I think it was because it was like they considered like midday and then midnight, and then dusk is like the middle of that. So I think that's what they were going for.
Yeah.
Dawn would have been a bit weird. I think people's like argument for Dawn, it would take more from midnight, like, and in terms of build, because like dusk takes more from midday in its build. But this is getting off track.
Yeah.
Basically, I love Lichen Rock. It is the only, and who knows, maybe after this recording, I might bump Rock up to 17th. I don't know, because I love Lichen Rock. But just being completely candid, like, rock types don't have a lot of Pokemon that I necessarily think are that amazing. Like, I do like some rock types, but this is going to be a trend with me. A lot of like Pokemon of a certain type are carried because they're a dual type with another type that I actually like more. You know?
Yeah, no, I get that too, because like I have an issue where I'm thinking of two typings. I'm not gonna say which ones they are, but I'm tempted to put like a hyphen between them and give them the same place, because I don't know if I want to switch them.
And that's completely fair. But like realistically, out of all of the pure rock and primary rock type Pokemon, like, I honestly would say that like the only one the one that I really actually vibe with, like that I would call like one of my like mainstay Pokemon that I would love and cherish is it really is just Lichen Rock. Like,
yeah,
because Lichen,
I can't say the same. I do love Lichen Rock. Do not get me wrong. I love Midday and I love the Dusk form. I'm not too partial to Midnight, but I love those two forms.
I used to like Midnight more. Like when it was first announced, I liked Midnight a bit more because I was an edgy fuck. And then, but then I played Sun, so I had to use Midday, and I grew to like Midday, even if I did get a Midnight eventually, like post game. But then Ultra came out, and then they announced Dawn, and I'm like, shit, this is the perfect one because it combines everything I like about both Midday and Midnight.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But right. I love Mike and Rock, but that's really all I can say about rock types. They're just fine, I guess.
Yeah. All right. This is gonna be for me. This is gonna be a very interesting choice for those who actually know me, especially those who ever watched the freaking GRM Pixelmon video I made a long time ago. Because I mention I don't know how many times about how much I love this one certain Pokemon of this one typing. And it is one of, I believe it is the most commonly mixed together type combination. I believe this existed in Gen 1 or something as well. I think my mind is or the actual amount of there is of this. And I have to say that my final verdict on who is in last place is Poison type.
Really?
Yeah. I think for me, in all honesty, of all the typings, of all the different Pokemon, of all the different typings, of all the different combination types, Bug and Poison have been very prevalent throughout all of my playthroughs. For example, back in Gen 5, all the way back then, I got a Venipede right away. And I loved that thing to death. I loved it. It was a female Venipede. I named it Pixie. Streak, I believe you're familiar with Pixie.
Yes, I am.
Yes, of course. So I was really torn about. Wow, my voice. All right then, absolute voice crack.
Yep.
I was really torn about what type to choose for this for my 18th type and my type in 18th place. And I gotta say, it's gotta be Poison. And now here is going to be my reasoning. Alright. So, I've played since Gen 1. Granted, I played the Gen 1 remake. Alright? And there has been one type that has eluded my team other than being combined with Bug. And that is Poison. I always avoid poison types. I have never once used a poison type actively. Like, for example, when I had Beedrill, which is a bug flying, right?
Yeah.
It has poison sting when it's a Weedle, I mean. And it's a very honestly poisoning in game because it's one of the effect types, right?
Yeah.
Poison
yeah. Fire, like there's burn, paralyze, sleep, poison, and freeze are the status.
Yeah, those are the status types. We'll call them status types. Just for simplicity's sake. Those have always eluded my team because, like, this is for me. When I was little, the only type of damage I cared for, or the only type of damage that I liked, was burn. Was the only effect type damage that I liked. I liked burning
Pokemon. Burn people.
Yeah, which is kind of ironic because my first Pokemon that I ever chose was a Squirtle.
I mean, I guess Scald can burn. So
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Sorry about the Discord notifications. I should have turned on streamer mode. Wait.
It's
I don't
fun.
need to worry about that. I can turn streamer mode on right now.
We are professionals. Kind of to add to your poison point. Poison point. Poison is a good type to have as a move coach, but as a type, like as like a main Pokemon type, you know, I can see why it gets kind of left in the dust, and I'll get to that more when I eventually get to poison types.
Yeah. But yes, that's my choice. I didn't go on that elaborate of a description for in that case against Streak there. I will say that I wanna just point this out right now. I am not gonna factor weaknesses in I'm not gonna factor Pokemon weaknesses in until quite a lot later in this list for me. That's just something I want to preface. I do like competitive. I have never played competitive Pokemon, but I will say I like competitive, and yeah, I'm just not that into type advantage. Excuse me. Oh boy, into type advantage when it comes to picking my favorite.
Same here. I'm just dead casual. I'm just like whichever Pokemon I vibe with. You know.
Yeah. I mean, like, why should we care? You know, like if we were in the actual Pokemon, if like we were in the real, like Pokemon were in the real world kind of thing, why would we care about our favorite types, or why would we pick our favorite type based on weaknesses or anything?
Yeah. No. I'm like considering gym leaders. I doubt it. I'm pretty sure it's mostly like it's like what Pokemon. I'm pretty sure when gym leaders choose what Pokemon they either are skilled at training or just vibe with.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's just a vibe thing. Whatever they vibe with or whatever.
Yeah.
To point out the brothers from Gen 5. I believe they were brothers. They're supposed to be brothers, right? Yeah.
I think
They were the first gym leader. The first gym leader you went up against, and it was based upon what Pokemon you picked at the beginning.
Yeah.
In Gen 5,
the monkey guys.
yeah, the dudes with the monkeys. In Gen 5, I picked Snivy as my starter. And so I went up against the fire dude.
Yeah.
That was interesting because I had not seen anything of Gen 5. So I was like, okay, cool. So do I get to fight each one of you guys, and each one of you guys has 2 Pokemon? No. Rotates in front of me to the fire guy facing me. Oh.
And if
at
you
that
had
point I had Servine.
But did you like? Yeah, and then of course, like the trick is to like find the person who will give you the elemental monkey that combats them.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that wraps up 18th place.
Yes, and so I believe. Should we actually just keep going like me, you, me, you, me, you, or should we actually
it's
flip?
entirely up to you. Do you want to go next or not?
I think it would be fine if we just kept going in the me, you, like like just to make it consistent. Make it consistent.
All right. So, Streak, what is your pick for 17th place in our race for Pokemon types?
Okay. I just need to. First off, I'm just gonna need to just get close to the mic. Just cold as ice. My pick is ice.
Ice type for 17th place. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, this is the one I was unsure if I wanted to put it last or put rock last. I'm okay. I have a love dislike. I have a like dislike relationship with ice. I like I like ice. I think the reason why I decided to put ice over rock is because looking at the Pokemon, I do vibe more with ice overall as a type than rock in terms of the design point of view. But the reason it's not higher is even though I said that I wasn't taking weaknesses into account that much. I'm sorry, but ice is way too frail for my liking.
I want to say the same, but that would be really weird for where I'm putting it. So
It's like it's just like, and I think it also is just the fact that there's not really like ever a lot of ice. It is such a rare type. So when you have a small Pokemon pool in in a type, usually it can either be a good thing or a bad thing, because if it's a really solid type, which we'll get to one of those later, that has a small Pokemon roster, it's like it can be really good because there's like less duds. But then you have ice where it's like I like that some of them, there's like some good ones. Like I like it's like Snom is a meme. It's funny. Alolan Sand Slash is kind of cool. I'm like one of the few people who probably likes the Vanillite line. Glalie is cool.
Ice cream.
Yeah, ice cream. I like it. Delibird is funny. Mr. Rhyme is cool. Frostlass is pretty good, but that's mainly because it's a ghost, and I like Mamoswine. Like, there are some good ice types, and that's kind of why I didn't want to put it last. Because with rock, literally with rock, outside of dual typings, it was outside of dual typings, it's just Lichen Rock. It was really just Lichen Rock with rock. But like with ice, I like a bit more. Heck, who knows? Maybe I'll bump ice up more in the future.
Yeah, of course. I will say this: if you choose to change the types before this video goes up, that you the way you like them, I'm going to put I'm going to put a comment on the or something on the video like a day after it goes out or something. That's going to list if we change anything.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so or you could do that if you want, whenever the video comes out. Like, at least give it a day though, or something like that.
Yeah. Ice definitely is like one that I might bump up a bit more. But here's the thing, and this is the main reason, is like just I rarely use ice on any of my teams. I think I had a Crabominable on my Ultra Sun and on my Ultra Sun team, but like that's it. I only chose it just to be different, It's not even because it's a good Pokemon, because it's not. Like, I don't even know why I used it. I was just like, I want to be different. I'm just built different. But,
of course.
Yeah.
Simply built different.
And it probably because it was also ice fighting and I needed fighting coverage. But like I could have gone, if I needed fighting coverage, there were like way better Pokemon for that reason.
Yeah, I went with Como there for that generation.
Yes. Oh yeah, I should have just gone with that. Screw Crabominable. Like,
I mean, it doesn't get the fighting type until it is Como, but still.
I mean, yeah, but at least it's like, but at least it would have been Dragon, and it's cooler. Just cold as ice. But like ice is just kind of like, yeah, you exist. It's like again like rock, except it's just like ice. I don't even have a Pokemon that I super heavily vibe with. There is not a single ice type that like even breaks my top 20 fave Pokemon. Like ice is just kind of there. And that's all I wrote really about ice.
Weird abrupt transition. Should I go, or do you have any more points for?
I said that was all I wrote for ice, so I think it's your turn.
Alrighty then. In 17th place for me. Oh boy, this is an interesting one. That's going to be. I don't know how you'll feel about this one. I don't.
Okay. Let's see. I'm kind of scared.
Drum
What
roll,
is this?
please.
I knew
In
it.
17th place for me is Ghost.
Huh. Okay. Explain, America. Explain.
What do you mean it's Arkansas?
Arkansas.
Alright, so I have a bit of explaining to do to you, because I know you like Ghost a lot.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. Explain.
So I want to just preface this by saying, this was not my first choice for 17th, but I kind of changed it before it became my turn.
So you might. I'm assuming this like because considering I'm sure yours is like your list is definitely going to be like might be like the most loose. 187th place.
Of course, yes. For those of you who are confused about why he just said that, is because I'm editing this as we go, and I accidentally was about to put Ghost as 187th place.
Wow. One, wow, you hate Ghost that much, and two, damn, there are 187 types in Pokemon. Damn.
It's hard to remember the typing triangles anymore.
You mean the like the typing hexagon? I don't know.
Or how about this? The difference between jacket, salsa, and light, or whatever typings, of course.
Oh my god, freaking jacket types! Like,
how are you resistant to sound?
oh god, this is so stupid. Okay.
Oh god. All right. Okay.
Anyways,
all right. So here's my explanation as to why ghost types are so low on my list. They're not last place. Poison is last because I've only ever had a ghost type once on my team. Or twice technically. Twice.
Fair enough.
And I can name both Pokemon. And they're recent too, as well.
Yeah.
Decidueye.
Yeah.
And Dragapult.
Yeah.
Those are the only two ghost types I've ever actually used. I've never liked Gengar. Genuinely never liked Gengar. Ghastly's just a fart cloud.
Huh.
Because he's also poison type, so...
True, yeah, he is just he is poison type. I keep... because it's like, I don't really consider... Going into a little bit of my thoughts, I love Gengar, but that's just because I don't really think about Ghastly and Hunter. I just think about Gengar, and Gengar really doesn't feel like a poison type to me, at least just by looks. He's just like ghosty boy. But like when you go from like Ghastly to him, it obviously poison. But anyways, back to you.
Yeah.
In the studio.
So my genuine full reason for picking as I have here for the whole okay, where am I gonna put Ghost? Is because I just don't think about Ghost type. Like Poison type, I put it so low because I don't like the typing. I think it's weird that it's weak to Psychic and stuff. But Ghost with the addition of Fairy, Ghost type changed, and so did Psychic and Dark. Sure, but Ghost changed in the weirdest way to me because of the change with fighting related to it. Because it used to be just normal type that couldn't hit ghost, and now fighting types can.
Huh.
Like, what?
Yeah, I guess maybe it's because I'm a newer fan. Clarification: I actually got into the Pokemon games in Gen 7, so I'm a new blood. So
Yeah, and I've been here since Gen 1.
yeah, so different perspectives here. I came in in the more modern Ghost age, and
Yeah, no, you came in post Fairy being added. Because your first game
yeah,
was Gen 6, right? Gen 6 or 7?
no, I said Gen 7. Like it was
Yeah, Gen
like
7. 7.
I looked. Oh, before Gen 7 was when I was getting like interested in the franchise, so I was looking in like a bird's eye view at through the like at Gen 6, you know? But then of course but like as I was bird's eye viewing, Gen 7 was announced, and so I was a part of that the Sun and Moon hype train, and then it was my first like actual Pokemon game was Gen 7. And so I'm very new, at least in terms of like being a fan of the franchise, while you're more old school. So
Yeah.
so
The only thing I missed out on was bird type. I missed out on bird type. I'm so sorry, boys. I'm so sorry, lads and boys. I missed out on bird type. I'm so sorry.
How dare you. Okay. So is there anything else you have to say about ghost types?
I honestly don't.
You
I
just
want to
know.
pass this back to you, actually.
Okay. So we're going on to 16th place. Once again, 15th and 16th have types that I could honestly flip flop, but I think it again came down to what type did I vibe with more, because my 16th place has a lot of Pokemon that are some of my that I really like, but a lot of them are dual types, and ground is the secondary type, so I don't really count that.
So my guess, let me think. Your place for typing for 16th place is ground.
How did you know?
I don't know. I'm guessing. I'm sorry.
Ground is 16th place. I think ground is a nice type. I didn't expect to like it more than rock. I won't lie there. I am actually pretty surprised that I like it more than rock. But I don't know. I guess it's again like rock and ground are so similar. And like ice is a more interesting type, like concept period, than ground, but ground has a bit more leeway because it has a bit more interesting Pokemon to it, I would say. Like, just to name off a few, like, not to go I won't go into some of the secondary ground types, because I'll probably save those for like the other type placements. But like if I had to say like actual ground types that I do really like, Rhydon. Rhydon is really good. It's a classic. You know, Rhydon is like a classic ground type, even though it's also part rock. And also Flygon is cool. Flygon is really cool, but it also has another typing, which is also really good. Because that's the thing. You see what I mean here? It's like a lot of these lower types on my list, the Pokemon in those types that I like are usually carried by another type being dual with it. It's sad but true. Ground type is fun. I like ground type moves. They're really fun. But ground type Pokemon, yeah, they're all right. Unless there's like a really cool one in the future, I don't think I'll actively go for a ground type Pokemon on my team.
Yeah, I get that as well. Like the idea of like maybe maybe in the future more ground types will pop up. I mean, like I'm gonna bring a Fakemon game into this, and it's called Pokemon Uranium. For those of you who do not what it is called, know about it, there is. I will just not spoil too much for you guys. Honestly, if you want to look into Pokemon Uranium, I recommend it. If you have a computer, pretty much any computer can run it. I have not seen anyone have a problem running it. But I had a ground type on my team for quite a while myself, named Turlard. It is a dragon ground type, actually. It is a Pokemon that is actually relatively common in the game, but that is about it. I got rid of it. I got rid of it off my team because it just ended up being a bad Pokemon, but that's beside the point. Ground, that's really, that's the only time I can think Ground has ever made it myself.
Yeah. I feel it's just like Ground is more interesting than Rock and has more Pokemon overall that I vibe with more than Ice, and I think that's why it's in my 16th spot. And I think that's where my thoughts on Ground kind of end.
Really? That's all you have, really?
Yeah, it's weird that I had more to say about Rock and Ice than I did Ground. Yeah, Ground is higher.
I see.
Again, flip-flops, who knows? Maybe Ground. Because here's the thing. Okay, I will say this. Ground was originally the type that I was going to put in last. But then I looked through the Pokemon as we were setting up, and I was like, wait, I kind of vibe with more ground types than rock types.
Also, I'd like to point out something that I forgot about Poison and Ghost. Poison and Ghost, they're only weak to... They're actually weak to ground, Ghost itself, Psychic, and Dark. And I completely forgot that Ghost is actually weak to... Is actually weak to Dark, because I thought, for some reason, my brain just went, yes, no, it doesn't. It has no weakness.
Yeah. I will say... Who knows? Maybe Ground is just being carried by the fact that literally one of my favorite Pokemon in the entire franchise is part Ground.
Maybe.
But I can't really put it any higher. Except for maybe I might switch it around with... I said I was like, switch it around with 15 and 16th place. Now I'm honestly thinking it might it 16th, 17th, and 18th are like maybe they might flip around and move places.
Yeah, between each other as a little group.
Yeah,
flip around.
Yeah, but yeah, these are my my 3 least fave types. Hard at the moment. And so, what is your 16th type?
Well, aren't you going to be rather surprised right now? Because I have a typing that I personally do not like in 16th for me. This is more of an objective opinion than anything. This is ignoring typing. This is ignoring everything else that has to do with Pokemon ability, other than the Pokemon that are in this typing. And it really gives me a jolt as to how I really want to go about saying what type this is. But I think Streak here might have caught on to the flow of this certain Pokemon type.
Yeah.
Do you want to guess it?
No, I don't want to like ruin the
Come
build up.
Come on.
Well, like, I mean, you said you don't like it, but then you kind of some of the words that you chose are kind of throwing me off. I'm gonna fairy.
Aw, darn, bro. Because it's not fairy, it's electric.
I thought it was electric because you said jolt. God dang it. See, that's the thing. That was the word. That was like, oh wait, no. Wait, is he talking about electric? Ah.
Yeah, I know. This is something that I've probably even talked about in another video at some point somewhere. Yeah.
I am a bit surprised that that electric is this low because it's like one of the main because outside of like the the starter trio, like electric is like if there was like 4 main types in Pokemon, it would be like fire, water, grass, and electric.
Yeah.
So
I mean, hey, it's still there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not in last. It's not in last.
True.
Personally, I have beef with a certain Pokemon. When it comes to electric types, and that is actually 2 different Pokemon. Really, I should say. It's 2 Pokemon, and one is a legendary.
Okay.
And one is a certain Pokemon that appears way too much around my house in Pokemon Go. The legendary is Zapdos. I don't really like Zapdos. I've never really liked his design. Okay, he's like the part of the legendary bird trio, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, but I don't care. I don't like how he looks.
Pokemon Unite players right now are going, yes.
Yeah, I guess.
Pokemon Unite players are just nodding their heads in agreement right now.
But here's okay. Here's the next Pokemon. On 16th place, Pokemon that appears way too much around my house in Pokemon Go, which I've recently really gotten into, is Pikachu.
Really? I'll have to come over to your house and get a Pikachu.
Yeah, no, I don't know what it is. There's like a lot of Pikachu around my house. It's Pikachu. It's Pikachu, and then like out of every 9 Pikachus, there'll be 1 Eevee. It's like,
wait, what? Why you have the Let's Go gang over by your house?
I don't know. I genuinely don't. I don't know at all.
It seems like I have a more variety near my house.
Oh yeah, no, I get a good variety. It's just that Pikachu pops up every so often. I'm just like, why are you here? Please leave me alone. I thought I'd change my locks.
Yeah, I will say, I keep adding my own points whenever it's your talking turn. But like, I actually do. I'm like one of those few people in the world who act like genuinely does actually like Pikachu. Like. But
you're not one of the few people in the world. There's still a big cult following behind Pikachu. There's people.
Yeah, no.
There's people that even say that Eevee doesn't deserve its place where it is, but it's like Eevee has such a big following too. It's like,
yeah, no. Hello. Okay, I may actually like Pikachu more than Eevee, but like Eevee deserves its place. Hello, like Eevee makes so much sense as a secondary mascot.
Yeah, like it deserves its place. Eevee's in its place for a reason, and people need to get over it because I'm like, please relax.
It's not going to replace Pikachu. Like,
yeah, no, there's no way they could replace Pikachu. Think about all the Pikachu clones that exist in the games already. Pachirisu. Excuse me. Ooh. Pachirisu, Emolga,
Dedenne, Togedemaru, like, so many.
You just fired off a couple right there.
Morpeko, Usulainen, like, all of them. Just
all of those Pikachu clones.
There's so many.
They've tried so many times. Think about this. They
they tried, and everyone and a lot of people hated it because it's just like a stop with the Pikachu clones. But it's like weird after like Gen 6, people stopped caring, and now everyone's just like, oh yeah, when's the next Pikachu clone? Like every gen, like people have got like it's kind of weird. Of all things, people have actually kind of just come to accept it's the Pikachu clones.
Yeah, like
I was kind of surprised because it seemed like a lot of people didn't like the Pikachu clones, but then just like a switch was flipped around Gen 7 where people were just like, yeah, okay, we don't hate them anymore.
well, yeah, because the Pikachu clone, or the Pikachu, the one that was basically a mockery of the fact that Pikachu clones exist, was an amazing Pokemon in a Ghost Fairy type, aka Mimikyu.
Yeah, and so that literally, like, even though he technically doesn't count because he's not even an electric type, Mimikyu single-handedly killed the disdain for Pikachu clones.
Yeah,
somehow.
It was just like, oh, okay then.
Yeah. Even though Gen 7 still had its own Pikachu, like, actual proper Pikachu clone in the form of Togedemaru. And then of course we got Morpeko, but like with Morpeko, it was just like, yeah, okay, next the new Pikachu clone, but like there was no like disdain, and I was like kind of surprised. I was like, huh. Well, we got a bit off topic, but like that was an interesting it's an interesting thing to talk about, like why the Pikachu clones are all of a sudden now just like kind of accepted.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you there. In the whole, like, where was the switch that was flipped at that time for people to suddenly love the crap out of it?
Yeah, look, and I like not even just love, just like it went from such a very visible hatred to like just everyone's just cool with them, except for the lazy ones. Like I don't think people, outside of maybe thinking they're cute, I don't think people love Plusle and Minun. Yeah, Plusle and Minun really aren't like, they're just not really it's like, okay, haha, I get it, but they're not really that interesting in battle or otherwise, and also their Journeys episode was pretty crap, so.
Oh yeah, and their Journeys episode was crap.
Don't trust I'm going to be referencing Journeys more in the rest of the video.
Yeah, this is going to be a very long video. I'm hopeful that people actually stick around for our weird banter in between Pokemon.
It's basically just, this is just a podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. So this actually, I wanna pick us up now and go. All right, shake us around and go. All right, number 15. It's time.
Yeah. Now let's go on to my number 15. You'll love them. Yeah, everyone loves them, except for Misty. Bug types.
Oh, really?
I like bug types. You were getting into the ones where I actually will say I do like them, but they're just kind of low. I will say, though, that the one I think after bug, like 14th place, I actually might I might shift it. Like thinking about it. Actually, okay, you know what? Screw it. I'm sorry. I actually like bug more enough to actually put it in the next slot. So number 15 is going to be Poison.
Oh, really? Poison this low for you too?
Yeah.
I was like clicking on bug and everything too when you were like, wait.
Yeah, sorry.
You know what?
Sorry. Spoilers for my number 14th place. I've gone back on my word. Poison is number 15.
Alrighty. So
because
you wanna defend yourself against against the poison type stands?
Okay. Because I think, okay, the thing that I think ultimately made me reconsider the bug and poison placements was, as I was saying, I said I like bug, and this is when we're going into the types where I can genuinely say, oh yeah, I like that type. But then I thought about it, and I'm like, do I like poison? I mean, I like it, but do I like it, if you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
no, I get what you mean.
so that was ultimately what made me do that last minute consideration for uh bug and poison's placement. Just then and there. Poison I love. I love Toxtricity. As a design, I will actually admit, even as a casual player, it could be a much stronger Pokemon. But I'm pretty sure if I'm thinking correctly, Toxtricity is the only poison Pokemon I've actually ever used. On a team.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. Yeah.
So, and Toxtricity I only really like because of its design. And there are a lot of poison-type Pokemon that I like their design, and I like the concept of poison types, but it's just kind of weird. Poison types are weird. I think that's the best way to describe them, is that they're just weird. And and it's not a good weird. They're alright, and it's funny because one of my favorite pokes of one of my favorite types is part poison, but it's just I see them more as the other type than poison type. It's just poison is just I love the status effect of it. I will actually say I think that's probably why I have the poison status effect. However, that's pretty much it. Nidoking is pretty flames, though. Nidoking is fucking A tier Pokemon. I will admit, love Nidoking. But other than that,
a little heart around Nidoking.
Yeah, heart around Nidoking. Nidoking is bae. It's really cool. Other than that, I can't really think of any other. It's just the rest of them are just kind of yeah, okay. I kind of like Toxicroak. I do like Toxicroak too. But then other poison types that I might like are also once again carried by other types.
Yeah, I can see that.
Hell, a lot of poison types are also bug types. And that's the thing. I honestly kind of vibe. It took a bit, but I realized that I honestly vibe with more bugs than I do with poison. But yeah, poison type, weird, and not really high on my list. So, as you can tell, 15th place.
Alrighty, so this is gonna be quite a shock for you, I think, as was the last one, actually.
Oh my god, is it? Oh god, shock! Is it electric twice?
Electric is just on my list 3 different times. It just replaces ghost and poison.
Oh my god. Okay, so what is it? Par?
Oh man, it's a hard one.
Oh. Really?
It's a real solid one to stomp on.
Is it solid as a rock?
Not exactly, actually. It's not exactly solid as a rock.
Oh, it's even more solid than that.
Because I really just can't. What? I really can't find my grounding for how I want to say this.
Wow. You can't find common ground.
Yeah, I can't.
Just say the fucking type.
It's ground type. It's ground type. That was so. I'm sorry. That was so dumb.
That was so dumb. Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna laugh way too hard at that in editing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna edit this tonight. You know, I'm gonna try to pump this
true.
out by tomorrow morning.
True. Top keck. So we both have poison and ground low.
Yeah, that's our only similar types. That's not what I
Oh,
meant to do.
that's not what you meant to do.
Don't grab the whole background. Yeah.
Don't whiz on the
Woo.
electric fence.
I'm going to do that now. That just to spite you.
Okay, so what do you not like about ground?
Okay, so the only notable ground type that comes to mind is literally Rhydon.
Again, yeah, see, like I
Only
said,
Pokemon. Rhydon's good though. I'm not gonna diss it. I don't like Rhyperior.
no, same. Fuck Rhyperior. I hate him.
Man, like how do you have a Pokemon type that is so lackluster in comparison to the one other type that is super similar to it? And uh it's so similar. It's not even funny. It's literally not even funny. Just how similar rock and
Yeah,
ground are. Like, okay, let me think about this for a minute. Okay, so
it's just like Rhyperior was just like, oh yeah, like Rhydon. It's like just so
it's
iconic and so
it's
great.
okay. So here's the difference. All right. So rock. All right. Rock's already on your list, so we're gonna go over rock real quick. It deals 2 times damage to flying, bug, fire, and ice. While
Yeah.
ground deals 2 times to poison, rock, steel, fire, and electric.
Hmm.
It's so weird that like you think of rock and you think of ground at the same time. You think of rock, ground is what comes to mind.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. That's why I don't like. If out of all of the types, I really don't like how similar, like just in thematics, rock and ground are. I get why they're separate. I really do, but it will still never be not weird to me.
Yeah, no, it's like how do you make a Pokemon type that like how do you make a Pokemon type that perfectly encapsulates redundancy when you think about it? Like, okay, again, not looking at the type advantages and everything like that. Not looking at that. Not look at this, that, the other, you know, about it.
Yeah. Yeah, like now that you bring it up, Brown does feel more redundant than Rock does.
Yeah, like you go through this whole thing of like, okay, I'm going to make this put this Pokemon on my team. Here's a nice rock type. You don't think that it's a ground type. You think like if you're putting
Because rock types also like tend to get ground type moves too.
yeah, no, like they're super interchangeable with each other. Like
So like if you want to get like so it's really just like which is like I think that's kind of like why I hmm, I think it's like again I think I might go back and switch Rock and Ground's placement because again I flip flop with them. They're really just too similar.
yeah.
It's like you would use a ground type if you want like ground type stab, you know?
Yeah, no.
But
Cuz like you go through this whole thing of like oh, I'm going to like I said before, you're gonna put a Pokemon on your team that is is a ground type, and in the earlier gens, what is the Pokemon that you're going to think of? Like what, or just like think about it. What was the first Pokemon ever drawn?
right on.
Yeah, first Pokemon. It's a rock ground type.
Yeah. Which it's so weird. It does honestly sound when you say it out loud, a rock ground type sounds really redundant.
Yes, because like, what is the difference here? Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Computer noise.
Okay.
I just had a loud computer noise play because a notification just popped up. How could you do this to me in the middle of recording?
Oh my god. But yeah. Any other thoughts?
I mean, besides us just roasting Rhyperior for a second again,
Because it freaking sucks.
like, how do you make a Pokemon so unlike its two previous forms that people joke about it being a freaking Digimon?
No, yeah. Does anybody like genuinely like Rhyperior? I don't think there is like actually people who like at least design wise. I'm sure like people like tolerate it because I guess it's objectively stronger. But like it's it's so bad from a design standpoint. It's way too different from Rhydon, and Rhydon was no right not yeah Rhydon was so iconic. Like it was the boy. He's a nice friend. I love Rhydon. He's like the ground type.
Yeah, no, like if you actually think about like the ground type as a typing, he doesn't come to mind because you think of Rhydon, the first Pokemon ever drawn.
Yeah, I will say Rhyperior does make it more rock type themed, I guess. But yeah, no, Rhydon is just yeah. You think of like if you think like ground type, I go to Rhydon and Sandslash.
Yeah. You know what? You know what? I think we need to. I think we need to move on from ground type because this has been like I believe like 20 minutes that we've been on ground type.
I don't think it was 20 minutes, but like
I know,
it's
but I
been a
mean
while.
between you roasting on it and me roasting on it.
True. Anyways,
Like I'm not
let's
gonna
go
put it.
on.
I'm not gonna put it lower than any of the three picks that I have. Ground type is solidly in 15th place for me. That's
Yeah,
why I made the joke. That's why I made the solid joke myself.
yeah, the solid joke. It's solidly in 15th place. Uh, Next up is the type I already 14th place. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it because you already know because I spoiled it with my last minute change with its placement and poison. It's bug type. It's bug type. 14th is bug type. I'm nailing it in now.
It's got a
I
nail in it.
Yeah, it's got a nail in it. I did maybe consider bumping it up a little higher, but I think I'm gonna stick with it. I think I'm gonna stick with Bug being 14th place. Bug is cool. I think it's cool. It's what it's this is when we're getting into the types that I actually like. I think I have the least problems with because like rock, ground, ice, and poison are like types I think have like like decent enough problems to mention. You know,
Yeah,
bug
yeah.
bug is the start of okay, it's cool. I know bugs are kind of weak sometimes, but I like the bugs. They are kind of cool. They be mad chillin'. They're really they can be very friendly. Even if they don't like are not my favorite Pokemon, I like their vibes sometime. They're just chill. Especially the Gen 1 bugs, honestly. I actually do have a soft spot for the Gen 1 bugs because they're pretty nice. Um
Yeah, yeah. I feel that with you too. I feel that.
um but okay, definitely gotta mention the best bug of all bugs, Scyther and Scizor.
Ooh.
I love them. They are great. They're great bugs. Of course, there are other bugs that are really great too. I love Vikavolt. Vikavolt is great. And Charjabug is a fun.
Yeah, no, I love Vikavolt too.
Yeah, Vikavolt is great, and Charjabug is a funny meme. Also, Snom is also a very funny meme.
Yes, very important meme too. Very important.
Yeah, and then bugs are just they're just cool. I like Butterfree. I like Butterfree. I like Beedrill. I like Volcarona is freaking amazing. But it also might be because it's also part fire. Because again, bug we're still in the kind of territory where it's also boosted a bit by its secondary types. But
yeah,
but a little bit less so than say than say ground or rock or ice, or not really ice, but or poison. But bug is pretty cool. Bug, I think, is just a solid all around decent type that I tend to have on my team if there are any good bugs. I will always use the Route 1 bug for a time, until I get a Pokemon that I might replace it with, because I know Vikavolt I never replaced on my Sun and Moon team because Gen 7 just had a really good Route 1 bug. And but then of course, and Orbeetle is kind of cool, but there were just stronger. But I replaced it with another bug. Ironically enough, though, with Sizzlipede.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, I don't want to get into that, but I agree with bug could have totally been. I mean, I've always picked a region bug. That's just me.
Mm-hmm.
I've always had a region bug, usually, at least. But yeah,
it's good. Bug is a safe type, I feel, and I think that's why it's a bit low, but not bottom 4 low.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's where I stop with bug. I don't really have much else to say with it.
All right. So next for me, I mean, I've gone on this rant definitely on my channel before, and I think you immediately, because I say I've gone on this rant before, know what my next Pokemon or Pokemon typing that I'm going to choose. My 14th place is none other than Fairy type.
There we go. I was wondering when we would get to this.
I'm honestly
surprised it's higher than that. It's as high as it is. I'm honestly kind of surprised.
Yeah, okay, to be fair, I have gone on this rant before. I told you how much I hate Fairy type. I've loathed Fairy type forever. But it's one of those things. It's slowly growing on me.
Yeah. You like maybe you like the idea of it, maybe, or but you don't like its execution, maybe.
Yeah, no. I guess that's a good way to put it. But yeah, no, I have gone on this rant before. I have saying to my heart's content of how much, or screamed to my heart's most loathsome moment about how much I hated the change in typing matchups when Fairy type was added. I grumbled, I screamed, I cried, I whatever you want to say I did during that time when Fairy type was added, and my favorite types and everything were all changed around and typing changes thrown around. Woo.
Yeah,
but I don't want to. I have slowly, if you asked me at least a year ago even, where Fairy type would be on this list, Fairy type would be in Poison's place, and Poison would be in 17th. Like it would just be like
Everything would just be bumped up.
Yeah, everything else would just be bumped up by 1, but fairy would be an 18th.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where it is for me now. That's fairy, short and concise. Let's move on to number 13 for you.
Yeah, I'll probably have once we get to fairy type on my list, I'll probably talk more about it. But yeah, now this typing, I really like it, but I cannot because I like a lot of Pokemon that have this typing. But because of how it is structured, I cannot bring myself to possibly put it higher. Because, woof, this type is a mess when you really boggle it down. Number 13 is Flying type.
Flying? Really?
I like flying. However, I do not like the fact that it's basically just a secondary type. And nothing more.
Yeah, that's kind of what I would think as well as like flying's or in flying's like how many is there even a flying only Pokemon that
There
exists?
are three. There are three purely flying type Pokemon.
What actually are they? Do you remember off the top of your head?
It is. Two of them are from the same line, Rookidee and Corvisquire, and those are pretty recent Pokemon. And then the third one is Tornadus. So there's only three purely flying Pokemon, and there's four primary flying dual types, being Noibat, Noivern, Corviknight, and Cramorant. The rest of flying types in the entire series are secondary dual types.
Yeah.
That's kind of
pathetic.
That's pretty pathetic. And even though a lot of those secondary dual type flying types are pretty cool, I honestly cannot bring myself to put flying higher than this, despite that. There are a lot of cool flying types, but it is really kind of pathetic how so, short end of the stick it's gotten in terms of, focus. It is the most secondary type of the entire. Flying type has the most secondary types of any Pokemon type, I'm pretty sure. It's honestly insane.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's definitely pretty crazy the way that it's pretty crazy how many different types there are first of all, but because 18 types is quite a lot. I mean, we used to just have 17. Before that, we had 16 because it was whatever. I forget. I'm not gonna.
Well, 15. It was actually 15 because then they added Dark and Steel, and then they added Fairy.
Yeah.
It was originally 15, then 17, then 18.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's but then it's flying, as we all know, because of originally bird type, then turned flying type. Flying type is at least I believe is confirmed to be the last type added into the game, and it kind of shows with how it was just kind of tapped on to bird related Pokemon.
Yeah.
And it's kind of just became that sort of thing. The fact that the normal flying is one of the most common Pokemon type combinations in the entire franchise. Honestly, kind of ludicrous. Flying, so yeah, I cannot flying type is a great type. It is it's a very versatile type, and I will always use something flying related on my team, and I always love using the regional birds. However, I just cannot bring myself to put it higher because I would be mostly ranking it due to its secondary type, or like secondary dual type entries, and that feels like kind of cheating. Not cheating, but like unfair. when there's only 7 primarily flying type Pokemon, both like pure, like counting pure and primarily dual. Like that is pathetic.
All right, yeah.
Anyways, now let's move on to
Yeah, only like a 40-minute rant later at
that
my
was not
13th. I know, I'm messing with you. Please remember that I'm just messing with you here.
Yeah, okay.
My 13th. My 13th type. 13th place. Yes, 13th. Okay. Just put it out there. I don't know how many people are mentally ready for this.
Oh boy.
And how many people can handle this on their psyche.
Oh no.
But I really just can't wrap my head around psychic types.
God dang it! These jokes, they messing with my brain.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Psychic type, it's never really been an impacting type to me. Like,
Same.
I've never had, an issue with like some like gym leader or something like that using psychic types, because I would just be like, okay, cool. Here's a Pokemon that I don't necessarily have a type advantage. Oh, bonk, you know. I just hit it with like a fire type or a grass type move, and it would just go down.
Yeah.
Like psychic types have been inconsequential to me this entire time that I played. I have never really lost to a psychic type, other than Malamar. Fuck Malamar. But that's about it. Like, genuinely, I don't have anything for psychic types. Anything at all.
They just kind of exist. Surprising, considering psychic is such a prominent typing in terms of like legendaries. Or, like,
there's a ton of legendaries with psychic typing. Lugia is a psychic flying.
It's a very legendary associated type, which is kind of at least a kind of a point for it, but like other than that.
Yeah, because you got the Latias and Latios. Cresselia is also psychic. You have Palkia. He's psychic, right? Psychic Steel.
Yeah, I believe so.
Hold on. I'm just gonna. I need to look that up real quick. So I don't want to be wrong. If I'm wrong right now, I'm so dumb. I'm dumb. Okay.
Is he? Did you think
he's Water Dragon? No, he's Water Dragon. He's not psychic.
Steel, not psychic Steel. He's Water Dragon.
Yeah. Wow, I don't know why I just thought he was psychic. I was way off. Yeah.
It's I keep forgetting that like that trio is meant to like also like their typings are meant to represent the 3 forms of matter. Like solid, liquid, gas.
Yeah.
Keep forgetting that. So that's why it's like weird that like Palkia is water.
Yeah. But I that's really all I have to say for psychics. I don't view them too highly. I think psychic is a good type. I have used psychic type Pokemon.
Yeah.
I've used psychic type moves. I don't really have anything against them, other than their weird weakness to bug.
I think I believe there is like an actual reason for why bug are super effective against psychic, but I don't know fully. I think it might be because like bug is like a very common phobia.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that's like the reason. Yeah. Anyways, so I guess let's move. I guess since if you have nothing else to say, I can move on to my number 12.
Yeah.
It was very yeah. I don't like. I don't know if my uh next one can top your talk about it, but I'll make it very thought provoking and mind turning. It's psychic.
Oh, so we both chose psychic around the same time.
Yeah,
I
just
mean,
I
I
had
mean
it
they're one apart from each other.
yeah,
Yeah.
one stage above. I put psychic because yeah, as I said, same to the fact that psychic types are just kind of like yeah, they're all right. They exist. I think they're cooler. I think in concept they're cooler than bug. Even though I'm more likely to use bug types than psychic types, I feel like psychic type is a cooler concept, and that's why I think I have it over bug. However, psychic is just kind of there. It exists. I like some Pokemon. I like Mewtwo. I like Kazam. I like it's just there are some psychic types that I do genuinely like, but it is kind of just yeah, psychic types are cool. They are present. You know, I keep forgetting that Solgaleo was the psychic type. I keep thinking his primary type is Steel. Uh,
Yeah,
but
I didn't even think of him. Wow.
yeah, I mean, I guess like when I see Cosmog and also Lunala, I can see more psychic in them. Like when I look at Solgaleo, I see Steel first and Psychic second, not the other way around.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there are some cool Psychic type Pokemon, but I don't know. It's weird. I just don't fully. I don't see any of them really being like faves of mine, except for like maybe Solgaleo. Honestly, I really like Solgaleo. Um,
Ooh, sorry.
but yeah, short segment for me too, because honestly, I don't really have much to say about Psychic. I just think they're average. I think they're just average.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that we're actually like having less to say as we get closer to the middle as well. We were worried
Yeah,
about that outside of recording. We were worried about what we would do when they're in the middle because we're like, yeah, we got our favorites, we got our worsts.
yeah. Uh, and that's also good for like time because I know it's getting like late as we're recording this. So
Yeah, and I would just want to go straight up. We're gonna go down swinging here. We're gonna punch right to the point. As to what is my 12th place pick, as you can probably guess by my terrible puns, it is fighting.
fighting. Hmm.
Never used fighting really as a very as a person who's one of their as a person who's one of my with one of my favorite Pokemon being Lucario, which is my favorite fighting type. I have never really cared for fighting.
Yeah,
That's just me. I, I
fair
I
enough.
I don't really have much to say about it other than that, really though. Like,
Fair. I think I'll have more to say about fighting, as we go further. But that is fair. I can see fighting just be kind of like a middle of the road typing for people.
my reasoning behind why it's different though, why it's different in its placement, even though I literally mentioned one of my favorite, fighting types, and it is literally one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. I still don't want to raise fighting type above where I've put it because of the Pokemon that I like related to it. I am not going to go further than that really in my discussion about it because I really don't like you can debate me in the comments still can debate me in the comments about it, but that's just me. I just don't like fighting type that much. It's never really been. It's not like Psychic where it wasn't a consequential type. I did run into a problem with fighting type. Because I did in Gen 4 I did get knocked around by a couple of fighting types.
I'm definitely gonna have to ask you for that reasoning after the fact, because I'm kind of a bit confused about like what you were trying to imply there.
Yeah, no, I mean like I like it's kind of like how you have rock type. You love Lichen Rock, but
yeah. So it's like a similar reason. It's a similar thing with me and like rock types.
After that weird little cut again. Hello, your 11th pick there. Street.
Yes. Oh, it's magic. You know, Fairy's 11th. That's so okay.
You tried really hard there, and actually, it did not. You did not do so terribly.
I'm actually somewhat decent of like making like adding words to like songs to fit the beat. I'm not too bad at doing that, I will admit. But yeah, Fairy is my 11th place. I like it slightly more than Psychic. I will say I do agree that it is not the most balanced type in the gameplay perspective, but I like Fairy. I think it's a neat idea. I mean, Light type would have been interesting, but I think Fairy type is pretty cool too. It's like it makes for some very interesting Pokemon. The thing that's another thing is the reason why it's probably low is because there aren't enough like Pokemon that I would say are like some of my faves, you know, from Fairy. I mean, I love Mimikyu, but that's because it's Ghost rather than because it's Fairy.
Yeah.
Although I ain't complaining that it's part Fairy because woof is that boy strong. But that's the thing. Fairies do pack a punch, and I do appreciate that sometimes, especially, but more specifically in their moves, really. Because you can never go wrong with a Pokemon of any type with Dazzling Gleam for some good coverage. So I think that's fine. I think it's in the average tier for me with Fairy.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So may I move on to my 11th? Or do you have anything more to say?
Not really much.
Well, if you have something more to say, go right on
I'm
ahead.
trying to. Oh, okay, wait. No. One last thing. Fuck Zacian.
It's so broken.
I hate. Okay, you know what? You know how you were saying that you felt like you used to hate, like you had that like visceral hatred in your heart from Fairy's introduction. That's me with Zacian. Fuck Zacian. This is like the point with like Fairy type where I feel your pain. I hate Zacian.
Yeah.
Get out of my fucking face. Sword Dog. Shield Dog deserves way more.
You good dog is what
he
is. Yes.
Fuck something.
Anyway, soaring in at number 11th for me is none other than Fly.
Huh.
I put it two places ahead of your Fly.
Yeah. Honestly, it's like part of me has considered moving Bug and Flying up because I guess I do kind of like them a bit more than Flying and Psychic's average. And where did Fairy go?
Hold on, I accidentally deleted it. I accidentally deleted Fairy from his roster there for a second. Ooh.
And there we go.
There we go. Okay, now it's all working. Now we're all
I love how
PG.
the audience are not going to see any of this.
Yes, it's just me. Don't worry, guys. It's literally just me being bad at editing. But yeah. So that would be number 11. In 11th place, it is 11th place for me is flying, and there is nothing I really have to say about flying. I like it as a type. Talonflame's pretty boy, but
yeah.
I've never even actively used a purely flying type Pokemon. So yep, there you go. That's it.
Well, I mean, I guess technically you had to have because you had a Corviknight on your team.
True, because
you had to because it's pre-evolutions.
Well, that's the thing. I never used them.
Oh, did you? Oh, really?
I never used Corvisquire or Rookidee in an actual fight.
Oh, so you only got Corviknight. Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
I switched to Corviknight to just see how Corviknight did, and I didn't realize how underleveled my Corviknight was. I was like, yes, I have type advantage here. It doesn't even matter. And then it used a move. I don't even remember what move it was. It one shot my Corviknight. I was like, oh.
Fair enough.
Ding. Anyways, that's all I have to say about flying. Because we're kind of in the middle range. Like I said, we're in the mid-range. So all of our choices here are like starting to wind down from seriousness.
It's average. And we're also kind of tired. So we're probably like just kind of speeding through a bit.
Yeah, I'm not that tired, honestly. But I can go for a couple more hours. I have to edit this anyways.
Fair.
So your 10th place for you. We're getting one away from the single digits here.
Yeah. I'm gonna knock on it to get its attention. Oh shit, my hand, it hurt. Why? It's hard as steel. Oh shit.
Steel is your
10th spot. Yeah, because again, it's a good type. I think I like steel. I like a lot of steel types. They are pretty cool. Again, I think that's why it's over fairy, because I think there's more steel types that I think are cool looking. Like, I like the Meltan line. I like Skarmory. I think Mawwell's pretty cool. Aggron's pretty cool. Metagross is a classic. Aegislash is classic. Klefki, Magearna. Okay, Duraludon's kind of ugly. But, like, and of course, Caesar. We already mentioned him in the bug type section. But yeah, it's really cool. Like, just steel type is always just a all-around decent type. It's just kind of, it's nothing more, nothing less. I think that's kind of why it's fitting to be the 10th place for me, because it really is just, along with another type, it's just good. It's just a good, solid type. I like steel. It's one, but it's one that I don't think it's a guarantee for my playthrough teams, but it's definitely always like a good option, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely not a guarantee when freaking the main steel type of Gen 8 is fucking Copperajah. Okay, I will admit. Okay, steel types aren't always the best.
Yeah.
At least Corviknight came in to save steel this this gen.
Yeah,
oh boy.
I will agree with you there. There's quite a few things, and it's kind of cool to the touch to when it comes to how we will view these things through a frosty lens when ice types are my 10th choice.
Yeah, well, I think this is such a jump already. Like, I think this is like the biggest jump so far, because yeah, you have it as 10th, I have it as 17th.
Yeah, I mean, the only type that I think, yeah, the two types that you haven't covered that I've covered are no, ghost, electric, and fighting.
Ghost and Electric. I haven't covered yet, and you haven't covered Rock and Rock and Bug, and I guess Steel, but Steel's pretty high up.
Yes, we're on 10th now.
Yeah. So yeah, but it is definitely interesting seeing like the gap between our ices.
Yeah, I think I'll save this image and copy it to both of us to save for maybe a later date or something like that if they add another type. If they add another
Yeah.
type, we have to do this list all over again.
Oh my god, please don't I swear if they add the sound type, I'm gonna scream. Like
Yeah. All right. So let's go with your 10th or 9th type. We're finally in the single digits now.
oh, you didn't even explain ice type.
Oh,
Wait.
okay. I did not. I'm so bad. I'm so sorry. Ice type. It's a fragile type. It's got good coverage for what it is. It is a decent type. I like the Pokemon from it. I like Glalie. I like Frostlass. I don't really like Snorunt. I don't like Abomasnow or the Snover. It's pre-evolution. And I
I think
have,
I'm almost now. And also, Snowrun is funny because of the meme, I think.
yeah.
Or like,
Uh,
it's just kind of like a meme Pokemon.
yeah, I like Snom and Frostmoth, even though Snom is like, what, 4th place for weakest Pokemon in existence?
It's just
For its
because of the
stats.
meme. It's just the meme. Like, that's why
Yeah.
he's like Snom.
Uh, and finally, to put onto Ice type, it is a type that isn't that available on its own. Because, like, the one Ice type I think I've ever actually actively used was a Frostlass.
Hmm. Yeah.
Honestly, it, I don't remember if I did this or not, but my list of favorite Pokemon, my Ice type favorite is Frostlass. That should
Pretty
tell you
good
everything.
ice. Pretty good pick. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. All right. So that concludes my Ice type pick. My
Okay.
10th place. So now for real,
Fine.
let's move on to your 9th place.
Yeah. God, it's getting so late. It's because because as you might guys, as we've said in the already, we're recording this at night. And I'm looking out my window. It's so dark.
I knew this was gonna be your joke. That's the worst thing.
I was
I was
wondering
like,
if it was.
I see this coming from a mile away. He's gonna say it's dark outside, isn't he? Or something like that. And there's it. There it is. God dang it.
Yep, it's dark type. Okay, I like dark type. I think it's again. It likes steel. I like it. It's a cool type. I like Weavile. Uh, I like Evil. I like Zoroark is really cool. Darkrai is really cool. Scrafty's really cool. I like a lot of dark type Pokemon, but it's just again. I think it's just kind of middle of the road. I think I like it. I definitely like it, but it's just I like other types more. So that there's nothing bad about dark. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just I prefer other types to it.
Yeah, I get that.
Pretty much
Uh,
not anything else really to say. Just that it deserves more representation in terms of trainers because why did it take us till 8th gen to get a dark type gym leader Game Freak? Why?
it's pretty long time there, Game Freak.
Yeah.
Anyways, is that all you have to say? Because I would like to excitedly say my next typing.
Pretty much, yeah. You move on.
Because of your placement of this specific typing, oh boy, it has been a long time since we touched on this type. It's rock type. Rock type
Oh,
is my ninth place.
interesting. So, explain. So, wow. Literally, I had it as last, and you have it as the halfway type. It's literally the middle type in your list. It is strange in that regard. But I want to hear what you think. Why do you have rocks so high compared to mine?
I
I'm
want to
interested.
say simply that my pick for rock to be my halfway point between all of the other Pokemon types and, well, just simply as it sits where it is right now. I like rock type about as much as I like ice type and flying type. So those three are kind of in the same place for me. But I didn't
Mm,
want to put a three-way tie because I'm also running out of space here um, on the image. But or viable space to make the our favorite types big. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, our all I have to say is I like some rock types. I do not like some rock types.
Yeah.
We've already gone on the rant about Rhyperior,
And
which
we've
is a
already
rock
talked
ground.
about Lichen Rock. How
Yeah,
it is a good boy. Uh,
yeah. I mean, I like
yeah.
a lot of the fossil Pokemon. The only one I have to say is Cradilily. I don't really like, but that's beside the point.
I do like the fossil types, but I guess it's just like I don't like them as much as other people do.
Yeah,
Except for Tyrantrum, I like Tyrantrum.
yeah. No, I love Tyrantrum. All
So,
right.
okay.
Yeah. Actually, that's it. All I have to say. I genuinely can't think of anything else. So we'll just
So,
move on.
eighth
Your
type.
eighth type. Eighth
God,
place. We're getting closer. We're getting closer.
God, Lieutenant Surge's like pick from Let's Go, like the header picture is so weird looking. Anyways, my eighth place is electric type.
Wow. Half.
That
It's put as half of what mine is
it
on my
literally
list.
is. It actually like your rock was halfway away from mine, and my electric is halfway away. Move it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, Graphic design is my passion, so I okay. Oh yeah. But like electric types, I like them. They're definitely my least favorite of like the four sort of main marketing types. But I like electric types. They're cool. I actually genuinely like Pikachu. Unlike a lot of like
Grr.
I a lot of hardcore Pokemon fans, because I know like I say hardcore fans, but I mainly just mean those scrubs who just hate Pikachu because he's the mascot.
Yeah, I just have a weird reason as to why I hate him. That's it.
No, that's fair. It's fair. Like Pokemon Go, like frequency in Pokemon Go is a very valid reason for like not liking a Pokemon. But there are like a lot of cool electric type Pokemon. Like I like Luxray is cool. I love Electivire. Zeraora is also pretty cool. Like I mean, even if it is furry bait. Uh, Toxtricity again is cool. Uh, Drakazole, aka Dump Truck Ass, is also pretty fun. And Tapu Koko. I'm in love with the Coco. Oh, it's fun. We have fun here. Electric types are pretty cool, pretty electric. Uh, and it's just all around. Just oh yeah, and Vikavolt are really good.
Yes, of course.
Yes. Just it. I love how my points are just listing off my fave Pokemon of the type, pretty much. But it's like, I mean, yeah. that's kind of my reasoning. Is just electric type just has a lot of types that I like, and yeah, I typically have electric types on my team unless there isn't a good one. But there's usually at least one good one a gen, you know.
Yeah.
And so that gives it points too. And then that okay. So what is your 8th place?
My 8th place. Ooh. Okay. I think it's just kind of okay. This next type that I'm gonna put down. It's kind of okay. It's pretty normal. It's run of the mill.
Okay, you scrub.
I'm sorry, I can't think of much for normal type, okay? It's called
I mean,
normal.
yeah. Yeah. It's called normal for a reason. We both have. Oh wow, huh? We're just really just flying through these.
Okay, my reasoning for
Yes.
8th place uh being normal for me is simply because Eevee. I put Eevee above Lichen Rock. Simple as that. I think Eevee's adorable. I love
That was the
all its
reasoning.
I love all its evolutions. The only one I have a problem with is none of them. You thought I was gonna say Sylveon, didn't you?
I did. I'm sorry.
Sylveon's cute. I don't actually have a problem with Sylveon.
Yeah,
I
I
really
know.
don't.
Although I'm still fucking salty they didn't make a dragon type Eevee to coincide with it.
Or like a steel type this gen would have been nice.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a perfect name for it in English at least. Guardian. Or Guardian. Have like a little knight. You know how like Glaceon has that little thing on its head? Make it look like the grate on the front of a knight's helmet instead, right there on the top of its head.
Yeah, consider all things considered, like since Kalos was a very like I'm still okay. With Eevee being a mascot now, they have to do a new evolution eventually. Right?
Right?
Right? Like they have to. Eevee's like a mascot now. Like they've like written themselves into a corner. Like they have to make a new evolution at some point. But yeah, normal types are pretty cool, and I want to talk about them because they're my 7th.
Oh, really? We still have. We are not going to have any types that are in like a similar place, are they?
Yeah.
Or like in the same place between each other. There is no way in hell at this point in the recording is there going to be a type that is the same for both of us.
I don't know. We'll see. We might get lucky. But yeah, normal types. I think it's very interesting that we both have normal so high up. Considering I think most people would actually put normal lower because normal is just normal. But I think that's what I like about it. There is so like I know they're called normal, but there is so much variety to normal types. It's
that's a perfect point to bring up. Is just there's such variety.
It's weird. It's a very paradoxical statement when you think about it. It's like they're normal types, yet honestly they're like so varied. Like in design and concepts, like it's very interesting. I've always liked the idea that like the dual types that include normal are like basically like it's like the most normal of this type, you know? Like say Bibarel is like a normal water type because it's the most normal water type, you know?
It's literally just a beaver.
Yeah, I like that. It's a weird thing of mine, but I've always thought that aspect of normal in terms of the dual types is kind of cute.
Yeah.
And also there's just a lot of cool like normal types, like Bidoof, like I mentioned. I sort of mentioned. I actually like Licky Licky more than Lickitung, not gonna lie. Munchlax and Snorlax, Slacking, literally my Sona, as you can see on screen, is, and my one of, if not my most favorite Pokemon of all time, is a normal type, Smeargle. So, yeah. Just normal type, and of course Eevee, like, Eevee's the go. Like, normal is just a very solid type. I don't like it. It kind of saddens me seeing people put it low on their lists because I think like normal has a lot going for it.
Yeah, had it not been for like how normal is, I would have put it lower. I would have put it way lower. It'd be down by there by electric probably.
Yeah,
on my list.
But normal just has it. Like it is deceptively so has like so much has a lot to it.
Yeah. And I think that brings us to our next item
To
for my
your
list,
7. Yes.
which it's so hard to look at this screen, look at a screen all day and see just a black screen when it comes to my uploads and everything like that. So I really hope that I can come out of the darkness.
I thought you were gonna make a dark mode joke.
Dark is my
A little bit higher than mine, but I don't blame you. Dark is a good type.
Yeah. Dark, my favorite dark types are Poochyena, Mightyena, Houndoom, and then Houndour. That's from the first I said is my favorite to the last is my least favorite of the dark type of the 4 of those dark types that I just said.
Yeah.
I've just always had kind of a secret love for Poochyena because I think it's adorable. It's a little yin.
It's a very nice doggo.
It's a yin. I don't know what you mean. It's a yin.
It's a yin. It's a yina.
But yeah, I mean, like.
Well, I mean, it's also it's Poochie, so it also has a bit of dog to it.
Yeah. Of course. And then it just turns into a straight up hyena. That's it. After that.
Yeah.
With the kind of protectiveness of a dog. Yeah. Anyways.
But because of its hyena properties, it's dark. Fitting.
Yeah.
I never actually thought of it that way. Yeah, that's actually pretty smart.
All right. So, finally, or not finally. Why am I saying finally? Let's get to our 6th place. We are literally 3 away from where we will have our bronze, silver, and gold.
Yeah, we're 2/3 in, officially, because only 6 types left. Since we've gone through 12 types, and I got I talked about normal types, but sometimes normal types can be a bit too plain. They need just a little bit more punch to them, you know. My
Really?
my 6th place is fighting
type.
Man, I have fighting type again, like double, like.
Yeah, no, okay. We've officially got 3 different ones where we double each other's choices.
Yeah, I actually like fighting type. I think fighting types are pretty cool. I don't know. I've always been a fan of just like fighting, like based things in general. Like I mean, I love. Well, I mean, it's kind of a weird. It's kind of a weird analogy, but it's like also like I mean, I love it. Because this is just how it plays. I love the fighting, the fighter ability in Kirby because it's just so nice with combos and shit. And while the fighting type isn't exactly that, it kind of gives off the same vibe in a way.
You have some very, I will say there's some versatile Pokemon that, like, even such a special Pokemon as to evolve based upon its stats is what it turns finally into.
Yeah, and I'm a more like physical based like fighter, I will admit. So I guess that's might be why fighting kind of appeals to me in that regard. Also, there's just a lot of cool Pokemon in fighting type. Zamazenta, my boy.
Lucario.
Lucario, Surfetch'd and Galarian Farfetch'd are both fighting type. Grapploct isn't one of my favorites, but I do like it. I think it's kind of cool.
What do you think of Hawlucha since you put flying further down than I did? It's
fighting. I like Hawlucha. Again, like I said with flying, I actually do like flying, but I couldn't really put it too high up out of just principle because it was just so secondary of a type. Like, it felt kind of wrong putting it over some of the other types. But it is I do still like flying type. But yeah, and Conkeldurr, Hitmonchan, Hitmontop, Machoke, and Machamp. It's like, there's Phalanx as well, or Urshifu. Like, there's just a lot, and Marshadow. There's just a lot. Oh, and Poliwrath, and yeah, no, as the more that I look, there are a lot of fighting types that I really, really like. So that no wonder it's so high up on my list. Also, a lot of fighting type Pokemon. Well, let's just say fighting type Pokemon are kind of my type. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That's all I will say on that matter.
Bunk, 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 bunk.
Look, okay, that was the most. You gotta admit that was a clever pun.
It was. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on before Twitter bans us. Not Twitter. YouTube bans us for being horny. Anyways,
all right, let's light a fire under our asses and actually get into gear here, because my next type is actually fire type.
Yeah.
By the way, while searching for the PNGs that you guys will be seeing on screen, fire type took way too long. Like, I looked through like 8 different like websites for fire. The fire type PNG. I'm not even joking. Google didn't show it for a while, and I was actually starting to get pissed while looking for it.
Lol.
It did not change its placement on my list, but that did not change its placement on my list, but it did kind of irk me a bit. I don't know why fire was so hard to find, but it was. Yeah. Fire. Why it's so high up on my list? Charizard.
Yes, solely. Charizard is a good boy.
I don't really have any others other than Cinderace. That's about it. Like Bunny Boy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. True.
And simply that will be all, because I don't really have anything other than just like fire is cool. I like fire. I'm a dragon after all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yakuza like a dragon.
Which leads me to my next question.
Yes.
Streak. 5th place. What gets 5th place to you? Huh?
Yeah. To the rain. Watch it burn as it gets 5th place.
So close yet again. So close yet again.
I know. What is this? Oh no. I don't. Yeah, now I'm starting to actually get worried. I don't know if any of ours are gonna line up.
I honestly, I'm hoping. I have a feeling specifically one of them is going to, but I'm not.
One of them.
There are a few types that neither of us have gotten close to or even touched on yet. So, I mean, the only type that I think that neither of us have touched on. Yeah, no, there's a couple of types that we haven't touched on still. Never mind. I was about to
Yeah.
say there's only one type, but there's still only in fifth. So please go on. Why do you like fire types in fifth place? Why does
I
that fit for you?
I like all three starter types, but out of all of them, fire is probably my least fave. But that does not make it bad, especially because, as you can see, it's in fifth place. I like fire. I think it's a really cool typing. It's very versatile typing. There's a lot of cool fire type Pokemon in the game. Charizard, Infernape, Heatmore, Cinderace, my boy. I wish I actually had chosen you, Cinderace, instead of instead of Inteleon. I'm sorry. Alolan Marowak, Talonflame, Volcanion, just Ascend to Scorch, and also Incineroar, hot. Anyways,
Oh God.
yeah, you knew I was gonna bring up Incineroar.
I was dreading how if you were going to comment on it, but then of course you have to eat your mic and go hot.
Hot. I mean, fitting fire type.
Yeah. Anyways.
And also Volcarona. Volcarona is also.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, definitely. Volcarona is a cool Pokemon. I like Volcarona.
Yeah, there's just a lot of cool, ironic, cool, but there's just fire type is just really. Oh, and Arcanine. Fire is just super. Is it? They're just like it's full of heat. It's like it's great mons. You can never go wrong with a fire type. I feel, unless you're Fire Rock. So unless you're Colossal, and unfortunately, Hisuian Growlithe. I'm sorry. You're really cute, but you're not
Your
a
rock
good.
type is invalid.
Yeah, your Fire Rock is not a good type matchup. It's
Yeah,
not a good
it
type.
needs something. It needs something for like it needs something to do with like being able to take care of water types, or
Yeah,
it's just a hard countered water. I mean, there's a lot of Pokemon like that, but that's beside the point.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I
Maybe.
say that because like look at what Colossal has. It can have Steam Engine, which just goes like, yes, I take damage, but you do not know. You just activated my trap card.
True. Colossal does have that. I will admit. So I'm hoping that Hisuian Growlithe and I guess maybe Hisuian Arcanine or whatever it decides to evolve into, because it might even be an Arcanine that it evolves into. But
It just evolves into normal Arcanine. Like, oh, okay then.
okay, then I mean, I would if it doesn't fix itself, if Hisuian Growlithe doesn't fix its problem with the typing, I might actually just have to go with an Chimchar for my fire type in Legends.
All right. But we're diddling on here. We got fire so close.
Yeah,
we're so close to our final three that we probably should spend more time on than any of the types we've gone over so far. And I think this one has been flip-flopping in the back of my mind for the entire time we've been doing this list. Literally the entire time. All right?
Bug. It's Bug. I honestly completely forgot that you actually hadn't ranked Bug yet. Dang.
Yeah, no, like Bug has been on the back of my mind because it's going to be beaten out by one type, and of course you'll see that type when we get to fourth place for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been battling between picking.
Yeah. Honestly, if any type is on my list might bump up, it might be Bug. I honestly feel like I might have been too hard on Bug. I think that's the only one. You know what? Screw it. this is unorthodox, and it's not even my turn. Bump Bug up to 10th place.
Oh God, what are you having me do here?
Basically, bump all the other ones down one.
Okay,
and
hold on.
to...
Okay, hold on. Oh God. My brain is breaking trying to figure this out.
You don't. It's going to edit. You're gonna edit it like it. It'll still be bug. It'll still be bug in the placement it is throughout the whole video. It's just now you have to edit in another new one where a bug has been changed. I'm sorry for giving you more work, but this is what my heart tells me, Par.
It's all right. I'm just trying to figure out. Ooh.
Oh, it's chugging.
Ooh.
Oh, it's chugging. Oh, it's chugging.
Okay. So you want to move Bug to 10th place and move everything else down one?
Yeah, so flying would be 14th. Said then Psychic is 13th. Fairy is 12th. Steel is 11th, and now Bug is 10th. Boom. Yeah.
Now wow. Okay, it just takes my turn, and I just realized what you just did.
What?
What? We have a match now. Psychic is 13th for both of us.
Oh my God, wait, I didn't even notice that. Oh shit, we do have a match now. Psychic is 13th for both of us.
Let's go, we did it. We have a match now.
We did it. We did it, Reddit. But yeah, okay.
I have a feeling we'll have a second one then. Because I have a slight feeling about where you're going to put a certain type. But yeah, Bug has been one of my all-time favorites for a reason. And it's been for a very long time that Bug is where it is.
Yeah.
Simply because of one thing, and that is Pixie.
Yeah.
And Pixie is, again, a Venipede that I caught, a female Venipede, that I did not realize until the end of the game, near the end of game of Gen 5, because I got to the point where I traded my Pixie to a friend's completed file, right?
Yeah.
And I will not mention who this friend is, but I transferred them to Pixie to who was a Scolipede at the time of this trade happening. Her IVs, 30s in all of them.
Oh.
Just somehow. I had 30s in all of them. I know they can't. It's like necessarily they're extremely random when they're in the wild. I know that, but Pixie had 30 flat across the board. One IV point away from perfect in all stats. And that was the first time I ever caught a Pokemon anywhere close to that. And that's why Pixie is like my number one. My number one. I think if I pull up my favorites list again, which I'm not going to put on screen, my favorite poison type is Pixie. My favorite bug type, though, is Leavanny. Just a weird thing. I didn't want to leave bug only for Pixie, and I didn't pick a poison type, so I was like, you know what? I'll give Pixie my favorite poison type.
Yeah. Freaking, yeah, sorry, to talk a little bit, to add more to the bug conversation, yeah, that's why I had to bump bug up, because I feel like I was doing bug dirty. I like bug. I really do. More than steel, more than fairy, more than psychic. And flying, I do actually like flying, but it's just, low because of principle. It's just, yeah, bug, I'm sorry, Bug. I apologize. I did you dirty for a while.
Yeah, all right. So, the last one before the big three. Here we go.
Okay.
We're on to Streak. What is 4th place for you? What is your 4th place typing?
Grass tastes bad.
No! It's grass?
Yeah, it's grass.
Oh, I was betting on grass being your second. Oh,
No.
I thought
No.
grass would be your second. Oh, damn.
No. I'm sorry.
I was so thinking grass would be your second.
Yeah.
Also, for some reason, the grass image is like so low res. Okay, never mind. It's fine now.
Look,
It was
it's
just
fine.
something on my. It was literally just something on my screen. Never mind.
Yeah, no. Well, at least we have psychic. At least we have psychic that lines up. But yeah, I'm sorry. Grass is like I do love grass, but I think I like water just a little bit more. You know,
As in for the starter types.
Yeah, for the starter types. I think it's because I like more water type starters than I do grass starters.
You do love the crap out of Decidueye, though. I know that for a fact.
No, that's the thing. He is my out of all of the grass starters, it's definitely the Decidueye is yes, you know. I mean, Gen 7 is the one where it's oh yeah, I actually like the grass and fire more than the water.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, but I mean, I'm pretty sure, honestly, yeah. I think Gen 7 is actually the while I don't dislike the other grass starters, now that I think about it, Gen 7 is the only gen where I think I would actively really choose the grass starter, except for Gen 6, because I love Chestnut. Chestnut is bae. He's great. But there's also a lot of other good grass types too. If I look at the list, there's just grass and water are two of the most common types. So there's going to be a lot to choose from. Oh, Leafeon, my favorite evolution. So that's another point for grass. Torterra is great. Sceptile is great. I've even warmed up to Meganium over time. Tropius is cool. I actually do like Abomas now. Appleton, same part of the same line as Decidueye, but Rowlet is God. Rowlet is amazing. It's just, but I think I just like water just a little bit more than grass. Although, here's the thing. I think they'd flip-flop. I think grass and water would flip-flop for me. I go back and forth.
I see.
But I think overall I like water types a bit more because of the starters.
I see that.
Grass is a really solid type.
I see. Yeah. Okay. I definitely agree with you on that part. I agree with you the whole Leafeon thing. Definitely, because I love the evolutions too. I've already made this a point. I already made that point before. It's very hard to pick. We're getting up. This is the final four, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is where we're getting into the final few, and we're down to the wire of this is where people are really gonna care about our choices. Honestly, compared to the other places, really, I don't think People be like, "Oh, okay, whatever. You don't like silver or no, what? Why did I just say silver? Poison.
You don't like silver from Pokemon Gold and Silver. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, like
Oh yeah, we need to do a freaking like character tier list now. This whole podcast thing should just become a regular thing.
I mean, I wouldn't be too opposed to that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we live in a society.
We live in a society, gamers.
We are literally down to the last few of these types that we could choose, and it is really getting hard to pick any one type to be our all-time favorite in these categories, because we are down to the last few Pokemon types that we could possibly go over that are in existence right now, not some Fakemon types like Pokemon Uraniums, Nuclear type. I just realized we didn't do my fourth, so I hate to disappoint you, but Water is my next one. Water is fourth place.
Yeah, and now I know for a fact that we're not going to have any more that line up. Nah.
Yeah, our last few that possibly could line up are
No.
completely gone. So the only one we've had that will line up is
Psychic.
Psychic in 13th place.
Yeah.
All the way down there, by the way. We have gone. Our fourth types are 9 away from our one matching placement.
Yeah.
And here's why I like water types. I was obsessed with marine biology for years and years. And I would love to say that I would think that if I existed in the Pokemon universe, I would either run a of my favorite type gym, which is still yet to be shown, or a water type gym. I don't think I could do any higher than that. I don't think I could do a bug, regardless of Pixie. I think if I was to do a gym, honestly, I would not theme it off a type, which I can say I will give credit to Pokemon Insurgents for thinking of the idea of they're not always based around a type. Sometimes they're based around a type and something else, like a theme. For example, the first gym in Suntouch City in Pokemon Insurgents is fire types, and any Pokemon to do with the bright sun. Or extreme or the extreme daylight.
That's
The harsh
neat.
sun. Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's a pretty neat little thing. Yeah, but yeah, water types again. I would love to. There are some water types I do not vibe with, like for example, Marini. I don't. Corsola, I've never really vibed with either.
All the various generic fish Pokemon.
Actually, I kind of love them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. That marine biologist. So.
Yeah. I think it's time. We're going to, oh boy, we're going. Sorry, we're getting
Number 3.
Burger King foot lettuce.
My third place is pretty interesting in the sense that we already just talked about it. It's water. Water is my third place pick. I love water. It is my favorite of the starting types.
I can see that.
It is.
Yeah, I can see you. And water.
It's not too high. It's not higher than third though, because water suffers from the problem where it is the most abundant type in the game, and therefore there is more likelihood of there being duds. And yeah, there are duds. I'm not gonna lie. There are some water type Pokemon that are just kind of like, yeah, we exist, and it's weird. But at the same time, water types are cool. They're cool as shit. We got Blastoise, we got Golduck, we got Poliwrath, we got Gyarados, Feraligatr.
Gyarados.
Yeah, we got Feraligatr, Floatzel, the Piplup line, Greninja, Sobble, like Puku, Muku, Wooper, Ludicolo,
Yeah.
Palpitoad, Dracovish, all of these cool ass Pokemon. And then you also have the absolute boy, the lad, my husband, Swampert, specifically Mega Swampert, but the absolute unit, and he is the reason. He's like the main reason why I love water types so much. And it's funny considering he's part ground, and ground is so low on my list. But
yeah, that's. I mean, like, you focus on the water type though. You focus on the
water type. Swampert, my beloved. Yes, I'm a simp. I don't care what you tell.
All right. Wow. It's my turn, isn't it?
Yep.
Ooh. Okay. So we're so far through this list, bro. We're like, I feel this is really solid. At least so far as it is, and I gotta say, I gotta make it feel even harder. As Steel type is my.
I love how there was just no response to that.
I am not going to comment on your horniness. It's simple.
You're the one who said make it even harder. Like,
yes, because I was referring to the Steel typing, not horniness. Horny Smeargle.
But yeah, so tell us about Steel type.
Steel type, okay. So for the longest time, I never touched Steel type. I never did anything with Steel type. And this is like where I want to say Steel type in my heart, had a redemption arc. It had a redemption arc of the century for me because I despised it because of one Pokemon for forever. Skarmory.
Oh.
Skarmory. I hated Skarmory. I hated it. It made me hate Steel types. And then, after Skarmory, Steel types just grew on me. What generation is Skarmory from? I want to make sure that I say this correctly.
Gen 2.
Okay, yeah. So, in Gen 2, when Skarmory was the thing, I got beaten up multiple times by a Skarmory in the wild Skarmory. And I have to say, that is the most annoying shit ever. I went through this whole thing for so long on Route 45. All right, no, is that the right gen? Yeah, no, Gen 2 Dex, he's on 45, yeah. So on Route 45, in my silver playthrough, because I had both silver and gold, Gold, you have to trade from silver or crystal. Um, and in silver, I got hard stomped into the ground by Skarmory, and it made me hate steel types because I had nothing to counter steel type. I just sat there getting beaten up by steel flying type after steel flying type Pokemon, stuck there with my, I think, water type. Who did I choose that generation? Because I've almost said this Gen 1 starters.
Yeah, no, because it's you either had Meganium for Alligator or Typhlosion.
I had for alligator.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had nothing. And I felt so bad because I was like, I am the worst Pokemon trainer ever because I completely failed my Pokemon. I was a kid at the time, remember this. So my thought
Yeah.
process was, I failed my Pokemon. I
Damn.
failed to prepare them for this. And then I overleveled the shit out of my for alligator and stomped the rest of the game. I never finished the game, but I did stomp that. I went on a spree of killing a bunch of Skarmory for a while, just because my little kid brain was like, stick it to them.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll nest somewhere else. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's my redemption arc for Skarm, or where the redemption arc comes in is like wasn't until Gen 5 in one specific Pokemon, Ponyard and Bisharp.
Oh. Yeah, Bisharp is really cool.
And that was the same generation I realized Lucario was a steel type as well.
Oh, yeah, true.
I was like, how did I miss this? I don't have a Lucario on my team. I literally put the egg in the PC that you get from Cynthia, and I was like, because that's a Riolu, and I was like, ah!
Yeah, it fades into the ether.
Yeah, that's basically it. That's it. Yeah.
That's Steel. Yeah,
Yeah.
Steel's a good type. I definitely respect your stance on it. I just don't have as much of a like story with Steel as you do, but that is still super cool.
Let's move on to our second place picks.
Okay.
And I would love for you to tell us about your second place pick.
Okay. So my second place pick is, if you've noticed already, viewers at home, we have talked about every single type in the game so far, except for one. And that's my second place pick. Dragon type.
Wow, we have not said dragon once, I don't think. Other than like when I was talking about Turlard.
Well,
From
we've
Pokemon
mentioned
Nuclear.
it in passing, but we've never because like we have literally the dragon type has not been talked about in length because we haven't ranked it at all. Neither of us. It was the only type.
So your second place.
Yep.
Of all.
Is dragon type. Dragon types is a type I always liked. But it was probably like in like the mid range, like high mid range, you know? But then something just happened. It over the course of a few years, it really just grew on me. I don't know what happened. Dragon types just exploded like up in its placement in my eyes. Dragon types are just so cool That's the thing. Remember when I said it all the way back with ice types and other like typings. It's like it's like having a small pool of Pokemon can be a double-edged sword because either you have a good pool,
Or
good
a
small
bad
pool.
pool. Yeah.
Dragon has a good small pool. It is such a strong type because so many of its Pokemon are just strong. They're just so well designed and just well made. They're so good. Like I I love so many of them. Like Gudra is great. Trotigan's a little funky, but he's fun. Altaria is fluffy and lovable. Como is cool. Dragapult is is really cool for specific reasons that I will get to later. Rayquaza is literally one of the most is literally so busted at times. Haxorus, who I didn't even like at a time, has even like grown on me. And Garchomp, the Beast, and then Dragonite. One of my favorite Pokemon is Dragonite. Dragonite just is like Dragon types soared up in my likes. I love Dragonite because it represents Dragon types to a T and is the embodiment of the uh cute yet also intimidating Pokemon because it has mastered that because it can shift moods on a dime and I love it.
Yeah, especially seen in the anime.
Yes,
100%. Or like
to
in.
specifically mention, Pokemon Generations was when I really started to love Dragonite, and then it only got better with its appearances in the Journeys anime, specifically Ash's Dragonite, which is still surreal to say Ash's Dragonite. That's still surreal.
Yeah. Yeah.
All,
Wow.
all things considered. But yeah.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, but that's all I have to say. Dragon types are really cool.
Yeah. Okay. So this is where I think the both of us really, really, like we're both thinking about these types so highly, and you didn't put it in your final three, but my second place type is grass.
Grass
Tastes bad.
tastes bad. Tastes good. In this case, grass is a great type. But I want to hear your.
Okay, so I know my first Pokemon ever. I've said it before when I talked about water type was, or no, I didn't actually talk about it before, did I? No, I didn't at all. My first Pokemon was a water type, right? It
Yeah.
was a water type, and I have to say that I have a very big soft spot for water types, and all that they are, and all that they stand for. But grass type hit me like a truck after Gen 2.
Yeah.
Because Gen 3, what were Gen 3's starters?
Trico, Mudkip, and Torchic.
Yeah, I chose Trico. And I was like, you know what? I chose water type the last two times I played this game or played Pokemon. I have to do something new. And I fell in love with grass types. I chose Trico. I fell in love with grass types. It's as simple as that. Ever since I used Trico in my Gen 3 run, I have been in love with grass types, and grass types have stayed a staple of my team. I will always choose the grass type starter or water type starter still. I have only ever chosen a fire type starter in 2 different games. Black 2, I actually found out my file for Black 2. I started with Tepig.
I mean, makes sense because I mean, I'm sure like with Black 2, like if I was going into Black 2, I would probably try and pick the starter. That's not the one that I used in regular Black and White. I say he says picking Rowlet both in Sun and Ultra Sun.
I did too. So I was tempted to pick Poplio or
I think realistically, I might have should have picked Litten for my Ultra Sun because I mean I love Rowlet, but I should have probably just switched it up.
yeah. What I have to say is it was the other Pokemon that I said that I started with a fire type. It was Pokemon Nuclear. I started with they have a Pokemon called Raptorch as one of the starters. He's a little fire ground type. That's about it. Those are the only times I've ever chosen a fire type starter. But since then, I mean, like Gen 5, I chose my first pick was Snivy. Gen 6, Chespin.
Yeah, Chespin.
Gen 7, I picked Rowlet. This recent gen, I actually picked Inteleon, mainly because I just don't like Monkey. I love the Monkey memes, don't get me wrong, but I don't like Monkey. Durg, so. Yeah. Anyways. Anywho. I think that is enough mansplaining from me. It's not mansplaining. It's not mansplaining. Don't get your panties into it. Anyone who's already going in the chat, don't or in the comments, don't relax. It was a joke. Streak. It is time for us to join together.
Yeah.
In first place.
What
is your typing for first place?
Oh.
We've been This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Literally since the beginning.
Yes.
What?
And you know what?
Is it?
And you know what? I'm going Ghost! Ghost type. God, the whiplash. You have it as 17th on your list, and I have it as number 1.
Yeah, no, like I
think that's
if I had not hated Poison as much as I do, you would be very mad at me for putting it all the way at the bottom.
I was already I was trying to refrain from saying anything when you put Ghost at 17th. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, like I said, I don't have anything against the ghost typing itself. It's just that I don't like the ghost types.
Fair enough.
Okay, the only reason it's not in last place is Frostlass. That's it.
So it's kind of like me with Rock, where I really love a Rock type, and then the others are kind of mid. It's just all of them are mid except for Lichen Rock. But going into Ghost, I freaking love Ghost types. Ghost types are my favorite typing. Ghost is just has so much personality. Anyone will tell you that ghost types have so much backstory and meaning behind their designs. They have some of the best Pokédex entries in the franchise. Their lore is so interesting, and their designs, so many of their designs, mwah, chef's kiss. Actually, just to list off some Binet, Poltegeist, Cophagregus, Spectrier, Drifblim, Chandelier, Giratina, Trevenant, Gourgeist, Palisand, Mimikyu, Sableye, Alolan Marowak, Rotom, Frostlass, as you've already mentioned, Golurk, Aegislash, Hoopa, Marshadow, Dragapult, as I mentioned, Dragapult. It's because it's my two favorite types in one Pokemon. Decidueye, the boy, and Gengar, the OG. Gengar, insert. You better please put on screen the Gengar sitting meme from the Pokemon Journeys episode. The Gengar sitting. Bro, I'm just sitting here. You gotta love it. That it do be like that sometimes. Ghost is my favorite typing because it's just my body. It's just my body. I vibe. The ghost type has the most immaculate vibes of any type in the game, in my opinion. And that's why they're cut above the rest in my eyes.
Well, thank you very much for your opinion, which is wrong. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Just for that, I moved Dragon type down, so you have to edit everything.
I will kill you. I get to kill you. I get to kill you. Also, I just realized this. Because of your 4th place for grass, my 2nd place is half your grass type.
Oh, true it is. Oh my god. Wait, and also because of going by deduction, that means my dragon placement is technically half of your dragon placement. Segue.
Yes, it's true. The dragon's favorite dragon type is favorite type is dragon type. I fumbled so bad with my words there. It's not even funny. But yeah. Yeah. that's it. That's the thing. My favorite typing is genuinely dragon type, and I have loved dragon type for a very long time. It is a typing that that is existed with me for a very long time. I have vibed with it forever as a dragon myself. It is a very, very hot pick for me. I have always loved every dragon type's design. Like even from Dragonite to Dragapult, I've loved every dragon type's design. I love Appleton for being a little cutesy thing. It's a little dude in an apple with using the apple like everything but the apple core as his wings, and then being a little pie as with Flapple and Appleton. Those two. It is definitely like one of the biggest things for me as a person who has forever been into dragons as much as I am, to say that there is a game that has held my attention with dragons for so much longer than any game you could ever put out there. When it comes to how dragons are and whatnot, especially in Western media, dragons are either these big scary beasts that, are untamable and destroy so much. Whereas in Pokemon, you have the lore of like Dragonite. How often are wild Dragonite seen? Can you tell me that much?
Not too, sometimes, but not too often.
No, that's the thing. There has never been a place in a game where...
Really?
There's never been a place in a game where you can catch them or see them, other than on a champion or a person using them to battle.
Fair, it's true. Huh. I guess I never really thought about that, yeah.
I have loved dragons throughout lore and existence. I like the idea of them from other cultures being noble and intelligent creatures, um, down to the ravaging beasts that they can be, and how destructive these ancient and normally very wise creatures can be. This great power that they carry, um, as a being. If you want to go through dragons, in cultures, there are dragons predating, but when cultures really started to mix with each other around the world.
Mm-hmm.
Dragons existed before that, and they are known in every culture. Like, there are dragons in histories, um, even dating back to Mayan and Aztec culture with their amphitheaters, as we would call them nowadays. Amphitheaters. To the drakes and hydras of Greek mythology. There is so much behind what a dragon is, and I've got to say that Pokemon is one of the only times that I can say that there's not much inspiration from direct, you know, directly from some dragon from lore or history or whatever. You know, there's a lot of inspiration. What is Garchomp based off? It's based off a fighter jet.
Yeah.
Where the hell did that come from? You know?
Yeah, it's
Here's another one. Dragapult. It looks like a B2 bomber. It looks like a B2. If you don't know what that is, I'm not putting
yeah.
it up on screen. You're looking that up yourself. Do some research.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Streak says while typing in B2 bomber into his search engine to see
Uh,
what it looks like. I wasn't directly saying you need to look it up, by the way. I was just quoting.
yeah.
I was just emphasizing my point.
Yeah.
But to continue on, it has been such a privilege to go through how these other cultures view dragons and how different that each culture does actually view them. Because like in medieval Britain, Britannia area, that Europe, I should just say, actually, you have drakes and hydras and dragons, and dragons that we think of as Europeans or European/American people. You think when you say dragon, you think of a quadrupedal being with big, massive wings and the ability to breathe fire upon land, laying waste to everything in its path, kind of thing. Some big, powerful being with a lot of power to it. It is, a staple of the idea of power and destruction. They're not modest in their stature. Dragons in Western culture uphold themselves proudly, heads up, chests forward, kind of thing, gazing out over the lands they just laid waste to, and all this stuff. And then you have Pokemon, and you can't have that. Like, in Pokemon, in the sense of Pokemon, that doesn't make sense. Why would you have such a evil, brooding, crazy creature from all this stuff? And they don't need to do that. They don't need to. It's not that. It's not that hard.
It's not that deep, bro. Like
Yeah,
it's like yeah.
like I'm ranting and raving about how you know ancient lore dragons and whatnot, how they're present in every culture, how they are just in existence to us, and how they carry themselves. They are proud creatures, simple as. It is such a pleasure to be able to play such a simple game. Because in reality, Pokemon, very simple game. But Pokemon, as it is such a wonderful franchise, and it has stuff for every age. as well. It has stuff for literally every game.
There's it. That's really cool too. Like it really is something special.
You know, we may not all have the same experiences with our Pokemon saves and whatnot. We may not have the same experiences with our choices. You know, if you boil down Pokemon to try to like get the basic sense, if you boil it down to what is a dragon, or what is a game, Pokemon has been around for how many years now? Like, wow. How many people's lives has Pokemon touched? Even if you don't even think about it today. Even if they don't, realize like what an impact Pokemon had on their life, even if it was in their young life. But there have been so many lives, and I think Pokemon is something that we will carry with us, especially you and me, making this video right now as we sit here and enjoy our time. I will finish this off by saying our type for number 1, averaged out between the both of us, is, drumroll please, Dragon type.
Yeah,
being as it's in both first and second place for both of us.
Yep.
Dragon type has won the day for the both of us.
Yeah. I mean, so, and before we wrap up, to give you a little bit more work to do, edit in a picture of Dragapult in the gold ring, because it is Dragon and Ghost, and that is cool.
Oh, it is also Dragon and Ghost as it's laid out on the medallion too.
Yeah, see, it's perfect. Like it is the perfect. It represents both of our favorite types, and in the right order. Oh, you're doing the shiny variant.
Yes, I'm doing a shiny variant because he's on the gold thing. He's got little gold ends of his.
Oh, true.
Well, they're yellow, but that about wraps it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. As we're closing out here, I just want to give a couple final words, and I will also be displaying our list of averaged out types on the end screen here, which will be a different screen. It'll probably be transitioning in like a moment here, like right now. Thank you very much, so much for being here. This is a very long episode, and I'm going to be spending a long time tonight editing it, and I thank you so much for making it this far. Even if you skipped ahead and everything like that, that's just fine. We are... What time is it? It is literally almost 1 in the morning, and I'm so sorry, Streak, for having you here. I know you have a class tomorrow.
Fuck, wait, yeah, I do have class tomorrow. Fuck. Good night.
Yeah. Just any last words for you? In this,
Djibouti.
Djibouti. Ain't your mama, ain't your mommy, ain't your daddy.
Boom! Vine boom sound effect.
Vine boom sound effect. I'm not even gonna edit the Vine boom sound effect in just to meme on ourselves.
Yeah.
Just for us making the stupid boom noise with our mouths and shit.
Okay.
Anyways, thank you so much, everybody. Please enjoy the little end card here with our averaged out list, which I'm still working on because I only have first, third, and fourth place. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. And if you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Streak, close us out.
Hit the bell if you're feeling saucy. Goodbye, everybody.
Did you just take Court Nami's thing?
I mean, yeah, he's not here.